I just made myself cry in 803 words, so I'm reading them out. I'm interested to see what I said, but it's been quite a day. Anyway, begun 4th of December 2023, 3 p.m. Shaved head, working as intended. I've been feeling particularly feverish, and I can feel the fever in my thinking. But now I can cool my head down just enough to bring back the lucid and grumpy. Ooh, grumpy but lucid should be the name for something. My kindest, softest hat will help for a while. Shaving my head takes freaking days because I can only hold my right arm up for a few minutes at a time, but we are finally back to full reach despite the stuff in my armpits. That feels like victory. I'm trying to write out whether or not I should surrender the art as requested of me and just shrink down to try and appease people enough to help me with what should be an incontrovertible issue. Really just understanding that it's not a matter of convincing people, because my reality is fucking impossible to someone who was helping me with my mental health for a decade, has made so many scales fall from my eyes. She never had it in her mind that I could find peace. It's why I think the art has become the focus for judgment in charts and reports, despite none of these medical professionals looking at more than a glance of a portfolio. And yes, it's on my phone. No, that's not a fucking problem. I'm trying to sell shit. The desire I have to be off disability and able to maintain myself in slightly better poverty than currently is overriding. I realized the other day I have to stop worrying about losing medical coverage. It's not like it's helping. My eyes and ears are really bad today as far as being able to get clear perceptions out of the background. What a freaking machine I've been to be able to ensure I can still create by learning to touch tape at the speed of my brain. To me, this is a miracle of a life. I can't stop overflowing with gratitude, but fuck, I hate not knowing what's going on in the world, and I just chafe over how badly those little conversations over ones and zeros reminded me that I am not suffering here in my privilege and drama. I'm surviving in it, dancing as I can in every moment my condition allows. But the contentment of this art is even more invisible when I am not given enough humanity to achieve it. There's a perverse logic to it. If it is impossible to weave love and peace through fucking thousands of poems over nearly 5 decades, and the art preceded my ability to fluently read, much less write, then likewise, these things the impossible poet calls the receipts of joy must serve some pernicious purpose. You know, I wish I could tell you the story of how I found inner peace and learned to be my own beloved, and then none of the world of human and things mattered to me anymore, but the problem with that is I am so eager to love it, and once I do, it's there even if I avoid the person for 18 years of their life. That I had to find out my parents died from Google felt like an accomplishment, honestly. But it came at a cost. Still, that was the greatest act of will I've probably ever managed. Protecting myself from my family. And damn it, I'm starting to get migraine aura. I had plans for painting later that might have to wait. See, there we are. The impediments and now the redirection. I've been having such glorious dreams. There are stories abounding in them, and I am growing sadly convinced that I'm really going to be reading what I wrote years ago than utterly rewriting it rather than actually editing anything. Still, when my words play with me like Jenga or Tetris, I fall in love with language all over again. I really am that easy. Oh, Lionheart has claimed the keyboard. The story is making me giddy with delight already. I may not ever be able to write this story where my past doesn't affect me, or my pain doesn't debilitate me, or I just miraculously find ways to rise above all the pettiness and anger and outrage at the wrongs done in this world. They come at me like batting practice. And what I can tell you is that once they make contact with my pen, they become the loveliness and this glorious joy of surviving with all the tenderness and awe that would have been without the trauma. Dancing in letter and line, wet with word, and enraptured by music. Even in a world where I'm impossible. Honestly, if this really is just mental illness, I won the fucking lottery. I get to live here in my loving and in my peace.